What's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. Today I'm here to bring you the start of my F1 2017 career mode. So let's get straight into it. So first of all, we are going to create a new save. That one there is actually from my F1 2016 data. Whether I use that one, I don't know, but I'm going to call this one YouTube. And now we are going to select our avatar. So basically, I'm not going to show you the new ones because you can see them on yourself. But these are how. This is what I've already done. I've already tried it once, but some things didn't work out. So it shows in Sony avatar. That helmet I've actually designed myself anyway. We're going to use gentle buttons driver number, and this time my name is going to be Daniel Ryder instead of Sean Ryder. Obviously still the same surname but different first name, and obviously our abbreviated name is RYD. And now we are going to choose the team. Go back into it and choose the team. So Mercedes, which is hold on to the top spot. Ferrari, which is fight for the championship. Then we have Red Bull Racing, which is return to the site. Williams Racing, lead the midfield. Haas, show consistency. Toro Rosso, beat midfield rivals. Renault Sport, develop into a front runner. Force India, push for podiums. McLaren, make performance gains. And Sauber, score regular points. So if you saw my announcement video, then you will know that I decided to do something different to a lot of other people. And that's why I'm driving for Ferrari, and my teammate is going to be Kimi Räikkönen. It's going to be full qualifying. Formation I'm going to have off because I can't really bother with it. 50% races, and I can see that says 97 on Legend. I actually turned it off 95 just because I prefer a more round number. I'm not going to go up to Ultimate yet, or even higher than what I'm probably going to turn it up for the next race. I'll say that much, because I did find this race a bit. Well, you'll find out, won't you? And then Procreate, so I nearly actually went to it, so I'm glad I didn't. And now it's time to, actually no, we have the preferences, race settings. Obviously, you just saw that. Flashbangs off, simulation damage, safety car on, all that stuff. And then we have our assists, exactly the same as I used on F1 2016. Most of them off, and now it's time to meet our agent.
Yes, and I respect that, but my client has a championship to contest, so if you want to have participation, I'm afraid the concessions are mandatory. That's fine. Get back here anytime. Goodbye. No one ever just signs the contract. Anyway, thanks for coming by on such short notice. Just needed to cover a couple of quick things with you before you race. Firstly, as requested, here's a copy of your contract. It's a rolling deal. However, the team reserves right of termination if you fail to meet performance standards. You're second driver for now, but work hard, hit your targets, and I'll be able to sweeten the deal. I'm also looking to get you into some invitational events throughout the season. The experience and exposure from these will be great for your image. Plus, you'll get to drive some nice historic cars. Now then, go get ready for the next session, and good luck.
So you just saw our agent, and now we are being welcomed to Ferrari alongside Kimi Räikkönen as the number 2 driver at the moment. So now we can actually look around for once in the when you're using a wheel. I couldn't do this on the last game, and now we're going straight into the laptop. And I like what they've done here. Now instead of just seeing the top part of the driver, you actually see nearly the whole driver. So that's pretty cool. And going along, and on the right hand side you can see my team, my crash helmet, my avatar and all that stuff. Going across we have the weekend tyre allocation and vehicle management. So tyre allocation, don't really anything interesting to show you that. Power unit, and this is the interesting bit. We have to manage our power units and our gearbox. So we have internal combustion engine, MG UK, MG UH, MG Store, turbocharger and control electronics, and we have 4 of those for the whole season. But we can use a 5th if needed. Hopefully that won't happen. But same with gearbox, you have 4 of those for the whole season, and we need to manage that. And we can use a 5th if needed. Hopefully we won't need more than 4. And we're going straight on to practice now. Doing the track acclimatization. Obviously with the track acclimatization, I don't really, well for me on the track acclimatization, I don't really go for the pace at all. I really just focus on getting the gates and getting purple and trying to get it all purple. And we have got over the past once, so we got 50 resource points there from that test. And next up is the tyre management. You can see we are actually not doing too well at the moment. We're in the green, we've just got our time back up, but through the final corner and on the straight we get into purple, which means instead of having to do more than one lap for the time management, we can just do one lap and that is it, that is done. We are done with time management, which is pretty good because I was going to have that. And then this is the fuel saving. I cannot fuel save to save my life. I just can't do fuel saving test. I just can't. I tried so many times and I just can't do it. I tried short shifting, I tried everything. I just couldn't do it. But by the end of practice 1, Kimi Räikkönen finished in 2nd and I finished it in 12th. Not too sad really because about it, but now we are going to walk up to this wonderful trailer and we are going to meet our R&D engineer Chris. So let's listen to the cutscene.
Ah, you got my message. Perfect. Welcome to Home Away from Home. We get more real-time data from the factory now than ever before, and it all comes through here. So I have to spend more time checking over the reports and less time hunting you down in the hospitality suite. To that end... Sorry, just a sec. Yeah, Chris, is this important? I'm in the middle of something. Oh, okay. Right. Well, that makes no sense. Have Sarah reset the simulation and run it again. Okay. Sorry about that. As I was saying, we've set up a desk for you at the front here. You can get onto the network from your laptop, so make sure to check the R&D screen regularly. And let us know how you want to use the data collected over the weekend and through the practice rooms. Also, bear in mind that the news from the factory won't always be good. Sometimes tests fail, like you've seen just now. And when that happens, we have to divert additional resources to it. C'est la vie, I'm afraid.
So we've just met our R&D engineer Chris, and he told us all about how upgrades work and how they can fail. And introduced to resource points, we already know all about that, or at least I do. If you don't, then it's fairly simple. It's basically like money that you can use to buy upgrades. We get 141 resource points for our efforts in practice 1 and an extra 3,000 as a starting point. And we are going to and upgrades here. Go to the you can see we've got no R&D in progress and no progress history. So now we're going to go to upgrades and look at the R&D tree. So when you first see the R&D tree, it looks very, very daunting. But once you actually start using it and getting used to it, well, actually once you go into it, it's not actually weird at all. It's not actually daunting at all. It's really, really easy. I press recommend upgrade there, and that was the powertrain because we are behind the 3 Mercedes-powered cars there. Chassis and aerodynamics, we don't need to upgrade that anytime soon because we are at the top of that list. You can see we're top of the list, so we are the best car in terms of aerodynamics and chassis. So we have the best chassis and the best aerodynamics. I'm going to, on powertrain, we'll need to upgrade that at some point with a 4th car just behind the Mercedes. He's quite far behind actually, so we need to do that soon. But the upgrade I'm going to do first is going to be the durability, because I believe durability, that will come in China, which is the next race, but durability I think is going to be essential for our career mode because we need to manage the engine, we need to manage the power unit, everything in the power unit, and we need to manage our gearbox as well, and that will help us manage it more. Powertrain, I do actually think, oh, what are these? That's factory efficiency, and then the other one is quality control. So I thought, you know what, this will actually help, so I thought I'd do 2 quality control upgrades and 2 factory efficiency upgrades, because that means that we get them instantly, and it means we have more of a chunk of our cars, well, of the upgrades of our powertrain are not failing, basically, because we don't really want that, because we want all our upgrades to work. I think we'll probably have 3 failures, but I want most of them to work. Now on to practice 2, we're doing the qualifying pace, and you can see we're up on the time at the moment. It's been a fairly, well, it's been a decent lap, it's been quite a fairly solid lap. We're up at the moment, coming out of the final corner. I love, it's great, and we are going really, really fast, well, obviously, and we actually get the equivalent pole, so that's another 50 resource points now in our bank. You see there's a car ahead of us at the moment, and I'll get onto that in a minute, but I just have to say these cars are amazing. They are brilliant to drive. They are planted to the track because of the downforce now. And going up the inside, we sort of barge the line out of the way, but don't get a warning or anything. But yeah, these cars are already planted. They're really good. They're really fast, and I can get on the throttle so much earlier. But nevertheless, race strategy. 50 resource points for that, with a minimum of 3 laps. I think you can only get green, so that you can do it in a minimum of 3 laps. And at the end of practice 2, Raikkonen, my teammate, is fastest, and I am in 5th. So an improvement from FP1, but practice I don't really read too much into it because there's all fuel loads, and I only do the tests anyway. So that's not really important. Resource points practice 2, we get an extra 136, which takes our total up to 627. So that's basically that. And now we are going on to qualifying. I think we are going to be fairly competitive. And now we scraped Q3. Q1 and Q2, there are formality, we easily got through. My first lap in Q3, this is when we are on ultra soft tyres, fresh set, and not using the minimum amount of fuel available. And it's been a fairly solid lap. It's been a very solid lap actually. And we actually go fastest. I believe that is on 123.3 or 3.5. I can't see. But then we go out again for another lap. Again, fresh ultra softs, lowest amount of fuel this time, and it's been a very solid lap. You see we're down, then we're up on our time, then we do go down again. But trying to make it up, we get on the throttle a little bit too early, get caught on the curb, and lose back end. So unfortunately that is that qualifying lap over, and I don't think anyone else has got to finish their qualifying lap. No, they haven't, so qualifying is now over. So we are starting P2 on the grid for tomorrow's race. I was quite surprised because I was quite surprised to be on the pace straight away. Second place on the grid though, that's good. I'm very happy with that. That's second place on the grid. And looking at the grid, Valtteri Bottas is on pole ahead of the two Ferraris and myself and Kimi Räikkönen. 2 Red Bulls with Verstappen and Ricciardo after us. Massa is in P6 with Grosjean in P7. Stroll in 8th, 9th is Hulkenberg. Hamilton was surprisingly in 10th. So I go to the race director, you can see what happened. Hamilton did go up, but the top corner and got the down for that time, and then didn't press on in the second half of lap. I don't know why, but that's what happened. So we're second on the grid for tomorrow's race. I think we can take advantage of that. Of Hamilton being low down, and the resource points for FP for qualifying. So we get a total of 90 points, which takes our total up to 747. The rivalry update, I'm losing that by 1 point because I out-qualified Raikkonen, but didn't set a faster lap overall over all 3 sessions of qualifying. Raikkonen did, so that's why he's winning. I don't understand that. But yeah, the team are happy with us, and we've actually improved our reputation with, I believe that is Haas a bit, which is surprising but true. And now let's go to the race.
If you ever need a helper, you should know that I'll be there day and night. Nobody else can love you better. I'm here just to treat you right. You're the reason I'm alive.
So now we are looking at the race strategy, and it looks like a 2-stop strategy there, which is quite surprising. I thought it would have been 1 stop, but it looks like we're going to do ultra soft and then going to super soft on lap 7, and then pitting again on lap, I believe it was 19, going on to the super soft. If you look at the top middle, you can see that there is rain forecast, light rain, and then heavy rain. So heavy rain might be at the back end of the race, but I don't know what we're going to do because this throws the strategy sort of way out because you don't know when the rain's going to come. It can come at any point in the race, and we again no information on that, and we engage the clutch and rev up to 5 red lights. And now it is lights out in the 2017 Formula 1 season. It is underway. We get a very good start actually. Get ahead of Bottas, but then in the second phase, we break for the first corner, lock up at the time it, and Bottas is there and keeps the lead. And Raikkonen is now back up into P3. And coming to turn 3, we are very fast, right on the back of Bottas, and we decide to go up the inside, dart up the inside, but Bottas just gets better traction on the exit and maintains the lead for now. So now all we need to do is just settle in the rhythm and keep trying to catch Bottas and then pass him at some point. That's the aim. We want to win this race. We want a good race to start our career off, and so we just now need to get our head down and try and catch Bottas and overtake him. I don't. It's going to be very hard, I think, but you know. Now on to lap 2 actually. Well, end of lap 2, beginning of lap 3. Bottas set his fast lap, then I set the fast lap, and then coming into turn 1, I actually outbrake myself, go off the track, lose the back end, catch it, but that lets my teammate Kimi Räikkönen past, unfortunately. So there's nothing I could do there. But now we just need to keep our head down and try and overtake Räikkönen and Bottas. And I did hear that rain is forecast soon, so if I want to win, basically I need to pass Räikkönen and Bottas very, very soon. And all through my mind in this, what was going through my mind was the power unit and the gearbox, because I need to manage them. I think they're a bit too high after just qualifying. But lap 4, end lap 4, beginning lap 5, Räikkönen pits, and that relinquishes me to try and go after Bottas, and I have the DRS this time, which gives me some XP, which means I can catch up to Bottas a bit. And then we get a second bite of the cherry of the DRS as well to catch up to Bottas. So, you know, that helps us. We've been relinquished. I think I had better pace than Räikkönen at the time, so that obviously helps. Braking to turn 3, fairly solid. And now around here, I heard that Bottas has a problem with his car. So that actually helps myself and our team completely. We're actually setting very good pace, even though our pit stop window is closed. It's a purple in the first sector as well, so we're actually really on the pace straight away, which is surprising. I wasn't expecting that, but now we can see that Bottas has definitely got a problem, because you can see that we are very, very close behind him, and he's definitely got a problem. He's clearly got a problem with his car. I don't know whether it's MG UK or power unit or something. I don't know, but basically he has got a problem, and I thought, well, let's just wait until the DRS mainly. Plus, there was nowhere else we could really do. So we get in the slipstream with the DRS, pull out to the right hand side, and start lap 6 and set a new fastest lap, and into the first corner. Job done. We're up into P1, and now we just need to carry on. And I actually carry on until the rain period, because I think it was the next lap. It started raining, and I thought, right, let's go on to rain period. Now on lap 10, pretty much everyone has made the pit stop. I haven't made my pit stop yet, but now I'm making my pit stop because I think it's the right time to go on to intermediate tyres. So breaking down for this, and then engaging the pit limit just before the line, so don't stay in the pit lane. Come into our box, I then engaged the clutch, and then once it was done, it was told to release the clutch, and I hadn't realised, and then I did release the clutch. So I reckon I lost about a second or two there, which is a shame, but you know, it's still a long race. 19 laps to go. We can still win this race and still do a lot. This engaged the pit limit, so I did really well. But this time we're going to rejoin in P7, or is it P8? Actually, it looks like P7, but we are battling with Marcus Ericsson. He's actually got ahead of us now. I think I actually thought at the time this was the wrong call. Coming to turn 3, we were trying to fight back. I was thinking, okay, this might be alright. And then I don't look up, but I do run wide. But I still get past Ericsson. And at this point I was thinking, great, I've made the wrong decision. Not time for intermediate tyres. But you know, I was still going to try a fight anyway. And losing back end, locking up, and that lets Ricardo and Lewis Hamilton pass. I did try and fight Hamilton, but it was no use. I was on the wrong tyres at the time. I thought I'll stick it out, see if it pays off, and it was probably just a couple of laps too early, unfortunately. Massive double lock up there. I was having a problem with the first corner, which you actually see in a minute as well with that as well. But I was thinking I was on the wrong tyre at this point, but I thought I'd stick it out and see what happens. And then coming on to lap 12, DRS has been disabled, and everyone is peeling into the pits. Everyone ahead of me is peeling into the pits for intermediate tyres. So just one lap too early actually, so not that bad. And now I move up in P2 because everyone in front of me, apart from Esteban Ocon, is pitted. That's the problem I was having at the first corner for the first 2 laps on the intermediate tyres. Not too bad though, I'm still in second place. Palmer is behind me, and so I should be able to pull out a gap on him. But then afterwards I did settle down actually a bit on these tyres and really sort of realised, okay, right, I was trying too hard. And now we are in the lead. And looking at the power unit, I was concerned at this point because it was around 17 to 22% wear, I think. I was thinking, that can't be good. I don't think it's meant to be that high after just one race. And the even more worrying thing was, we still have 15 laps more to do. That was even more worrying. But now we're into P1, now we just need to keep trying and pulling away. Just keep going. And now on to lap 23. Kept going, Raikkonen moved up into P2. And now he's actually trying to challenge me. I think he's got the pace of me over me at the moment. And I run wide, and then that lets Raikkonen through. Side contact with no warning. And Raikkonen is now in the lead, and he's now being relinquished. So I thought, right, Raikkonen's got the pace of me, I'll just let him go. Try and stick with him, and who knows, I'll just try. But I was actually being told to pit at this time. But I thought, you know what, there's no point. We're on the right tyre. I'll just wait it until we go on full wet. But right now, I was just trying to stick with Raikkonen the best I could, so he can sort of drag me along. And then on to lap 20, the end of lap 23, beginning of lap 24, Raikkonen actually peels off into the pits. And I thought, right, he's going full wet, so I'll come in. Then I thought, actually, no, I won't come in because I don't want to double stack. But I was then when I was across the line, I went box this lap because I was going to box that lap to go onto the wets, because that's what I thought Raikkonen was doing. Then when Raikkonen's coming out, I was thinking, hang on, has it gone on wets? And then it turned out it had actually gone on to intermediate. So I checked the tyre status, and I checked the heavy weather report, and it was heavy rain, but there wasn't wet enough for wets. So I stayed in intermediates. And turned out they were the right tyre to be on at the time, even though I was struggling a bit because my tyres were going off. And, well, yeah, it was getting wet and my tyres were going off, basically. So that wasn't the best. You see I set full wets there, but this was really thought that was what Raikkonen was doing, but it turned out it wasn't. And now, as we are going on, so we just need to keep going now. And now we're going to the final lap. We didn't pit. We didn't pit again, so Raikkonen did, and he caught up to us quite considerably, but not considerably enough to catch us. And this is why, you see we're in told pit, we're not obviously not going to. So this is why, and we actually do come across the line to win our first race on F1 2017, my first race in this game ever, and it's a race win. Brilliant race start for F1 2017 career mode, but even better, it's a Ferrari 1-2, so we are leading. So we are 1-2 in the Drivers' Championship and 1-2 and leading the Constructors. Very happy with that. But this is I'll show you when we get to the standings. The main point of this. But yeah, I was very happy with the race win, and to be leading the Constructors in my first race for Ferrari is great. And now this is why I think this is one thing. I think I'm going to up the difficulty for the next race. Maybe, I'm not entirely sure yet. I probably will up it to just the lowest of ultimate, which is 101 or something. But yeah, this is one thing. I actually outdid the AI on strategy. They all made 2 or 3 stops, whereas I made 1 stop. Anyway, now looking at the race stops. Then myself, I won the race with my teammate Kimi Räikkönen in second. Sergio Perez got the 3rd place ahead of Valtteri Bottas. Johnny Palmer surprisingly finished in 5th. Ricciardo in 5th. Max in 7th. 8th. Max Verstappen 9th. Felipe Massa 10th. Esteban Ocon. Lewis Hamilton, Pascal Wehrlein and Stoffel Van Dorn did not finish the race. But Hamilton actually retired on the last lap. Now looking at the driver's standings, that are the same as race stops. Now looking at the constructor's standings, Ferrari, we are leading the way, 27 points ahead of Force India. Then it is Mercedes, followed by Mercedes, Red Bull, Renault, Haas, and Williams are the last point scorers. The teams yet to score are McLaren, Toro Rosso, and Sauber. So that's basically that. Now going on to back to the image, we get an extra 105 resource points, taking our total to 852. Rivalry update: we are now beating Kimi Räikkönen by 1 point because we beat him on everything there. So I was still quite surprised because I was right on the pace from the start, and the team are very happy with us. And our reputation, other teams are very happy with us as well. Mercedes and Haas seem like they will want me the most at the moment. Career score, not that I really care about that, but it's worth a shot. But now we are going to meet Jonathan. He is a rich person, and we get to drive some of his classic cars in events.
Is this the one? Indeed it is. And this is Jonathan. He's going to let you drive some of his cars.
Well, not quite my car per se, it's a mere detail. You know, I'd really rather be down there racing them myself, to be honest. I'm actually quite handy behind the wheel, but it's the downforce, those lateral G's, you know, the old neck can't really handle it. So I need a pro. And that's where you come in. We run in a bunch of events throughout the year. Time trials, races, all sorts. And I have it on good authority that you have the ability and temperament to do well in these. Make our business look good, and most importantly, bring the cars back in one piece. So consider this a formal invitation. I'll see you at the track.
So we've now met Jonathan. Now we need to decide between two invitational events to do. First one is an overtake challenge, and that's at the Silverstone circuit in the 1996 Williams FW18 Damon Hill's World Championship winning car. The other one is called Pursuit, and that's a short circuit in Japan, the short Suzuka circuit. And you're in Fernando Alonso's 2006 Renault R26 World Championship winning car again. Pursuit, I've seen lots of people do that, and they've actually completed it fairly easily. So I thought, you know, I'll be different again. I went to Ferrari because I wanted to be different, and I thought, you know, I'll go do the overtake challenge to be different because not many people are doing that. So you need to overtake 12 opponents in a time of 3 minutes and 50 seconds. Trying to overtake 12 opponents. We're in a fast. I think we're in a fast car. I think the other car, all the other cars, I think are McLaren. So now 3 minutes 50 seconds to overtake 12 cars. Hard task, but we're going to try this anyway. And we're actually making a pass straight away on the first McLaren. One pass done, and now it did actually take me a little while to get used to this car. But once I got used to it, I realised it was a brilliant car to drive. Very fun car to drive. Brilliant car to drive. And we lose the back end there. That is what I mean by getting used to the car. By the end of the second lap, I was 100% used to the car, which was great. And it is actually a really fun, really great car to drive. Granted, you can't necessarily tell when you have to shift all the time, but you can't tell when you have to shift at all. But it's still a great car to drive. And we've still only overtaken one car. But now that we are getting more used to this, we should be able to overtake hopefully the other 11 cars very soon. And this is where we get very close to McLaren in front, but we actually have to back off. And then we lost the back end while overtaking, make some contact, get a warning for a collision, but that's alright. We've now overtaken two cars, and now we are setting our sights on the next McLaren. I'm not going to try and pronounce the names, no point, plus I'll probably pronounce them wrong. But yeah, now we are driving down the straight. This is actually got a Renault engine in the car, Williams Renault, and we are now right in the back of this next McLaren, and we go to the outside. This was a risky move because he's going to really pinch me. Lock at the right front because it got in the grass because I was squeezed, but still made the pass done and didn't lose too much time. Next up is obviously another McLaren, but now 1 minute 58 seconds to try and overtake another, I think 9 cars. I can't exactly remember. Going up the inside now though, that was a nice pass, textbook move really. Not coming from too far back in my opinion, but yeah, it was still a great pass. And now we have this other McLaren in front of us, and this is where I was really in tune with the car, in tune with the track, because I understood the car, how it would react now. So that was really good. And now we're going to make a move up the inside right here, quite far back. Audacious move, no contact. That was a sweet move if I do say so myself. And now we have 3 more cars in front of us. So we've got 3 more cars passing, we've passed 8 cars. So we need to pass these 3 cars and then more. And in the first corner, we're going to overtake this McLaren now. Brilliant stuff. Very sweet move. Slightly for track, but not too much. And lose back end, and now come quite far back to overtake this McLaren. That was another really sweet move. And now we have 45 seconds to overtake another 5 cars, including the car in front of us. I think we can overtake. It's going to be tough. I don't think we can do it, but you know, I still decided to do this challenge to be different anyway. That's why I went to Ferrari for my career mode. Going up the inside, another very, very sweet move from quite far back. 27 seconds to overtake 4 more cars. They're quite far ahead as well, so I don't think we're going to. I think we'll be able to catch the next car ahead, but I don't think we'll be able to overtake them, unfortunately. But nevertheless, it's just an invitation event. It's a bit of fun. That's all I did. That's the whole reason they did this, to make it fun. And this is going to sort of round out the episode, really, not completely, because I've got it's a bit. Excuse me. I've got a few more things to say afterwards, but that was the overtake challenge. The first invitation event we're done. Hoping there's more, and we overtook 8 cars out of 12. So I didn't complete it, which is a bit of a shame. But you know, really, at the end of the day, it's just a bit of fun, just to add something different to career mode. And now looking at this. Well, we get more career score, but this is the one thing that I'm worried about right now. Actually, we do get the durability upgrade right now from Chris. I was meant to leave him talking in this video, but nevertheless I haven't. But basically he's talking to us about the durability upgrade that it's on the car, so it hasn't failed, which is a good thing. There you go, durability upgrade. General wear, so that reduces the wear on the power unit and the gearbox by 10%. But this is where I was still worried. Going over to that, I looked and we can do some more stuff on the durability. You know, we can do the ICE, internal combustion engine, turbocharger, all that stuff. Turbocharger, energy store, gearbox, MGUH, MGUK, and controlling electronics. I decided to not do any of them at the moment. I don't know why, but you know, if I do some in the next now, I'll show you. In terms of powertrain, I didn't want to do any of that yet. I don't know why I didn't do that either. But you know, in terms of chassis and aerodynamics, we're still the best team in those respects. But this is what I want to show you now. Going into the power unit, the internal combustion engine, motor generator unit, I'll just go MGUK and MGUH, energy store, turbocharger, and controlling electronics, but all at 25% weight after just one race. I'm pretty sure that's pretty bad. I'm pretty sure it's not meant to be that worn after just one race. So I'm gonna have to have a look at how I drive and change that. And the gearbox is at 20% worn as well. That's not too good either. Really not good, because I think it's not meant to be that worn. So I'm gonna have a look at some other people's videos, how they drive, see if I can sort of rectify what I'm doing wrong, to make sure I don't wear them out too quickly or too much. But this has been a very, very long video. But yeah, you know, that's basically it. If you did enjoy this video, please give it a big like, comment down below what you thought. Subscribe if you are new for weekly, at the moment daily F1 content, F1 2017 content specifically. You can follow me on Twitter at shadow82. As always, there is a link to that down in the description. All the music used in this video is also down in the description. Then that's from me, and I'll see you next time. Actually, one more last thing. Episode 2 of my career mode will be coming out today after this. Not sure when. I'm not sure when this one's going live, but this one will go live, and then episode 2 will come out live later. That's pretty for me. I'll see you next time.